I'm horny.
Why horny?
Horny! Today I'm gonna pick up my own watch. A watch made for me, a piece unique, a watch that was in production for a good couple of years, but out of production for nearly 5 years. A watch that was remade specifically for me. Here, I've been waiting for that watch for like a long time. The watch was actually in production till like 5 years ago. And specifically for me, they were able to find some parts. Took about a year though. Find the parts and make one more. And there's some tweaks on that watch that make it unique to me. Make it recognizable. The Nico Leonard watch.
The Calatrava, the middle repeater.
The world timers are all done in house then, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a 5231. Absolutely love that.
High quality. No, and they, we like to work with Patek. You know why? They know what is enamel. Level of enamel on this side, the wire will bend.
See it?
This is very important to respect.
Shell, step 2. Just the wiring. Step 3.
Example on the drawing.
Put the enamel in.
Same drawing.
Step 4. Finished off. Finished article. Really cool.
Very often clean the enamel, the white enamel, so we have to clean it. And to clean it, we really have to move the enamel like this. And then all what is remaining on the surface, we do like this. You want to do it?
I don't like to get my hands dirty, I'm a lazy
Okay. You want to sometimes receive blocks. So to receive blocks, the only way to...
For my just visualization, you get a block,
Smash
you want to make a dial out of that, you smash it with
Creating
this.
powder.
If you want to clean it, you need to do it this way.
This way.
Right?
If you
want to make it thinner.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
That goes to the oven, right?
that goes into with water onto a
Mixed
dial,
with other.
mixed with water, and that goes onto a dial. That is being baked in an oven.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And before to enter into the oven, you have to dry the water.
Yeah.
The water has to evaporate, because otherwise if you put the dial with the water inside of the oven at 800 degrees, it will start to boil.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a disaster. He has the same drawing printed on top of the dial. By transparency you can see it, and he's really bending, cutting this very thin gold wire and then putting on the glue and placing onto the dial. So this works. It's to do one dial is between 5 and 15 hours of work, depending on the complexity of the dial.
And that's not even the coloring. That's just the wiring.
The wiring, yes, exactly. So it's a long process to produce a dial. It's maybe a dial that required. This is 1 day and a half, 1 day and a half, and then enameling 1 day. And then polishing, and then so it takes 2, 3, 4 days depending to produce one dial.
Yeah.
It's a long process to produce a dial. It's maybe a dial that required. This is 1 day and a half, 1 day and a half, and then enameling 1 day, and then polishing, and then so it takes 2, 3, 4 days depending to produce one dial. When you come here and you see the complexity to produce a dial, then you understand the value of the dial, because it's a really additional value into a watch.
This is the reason why watches are expensive. It takes 3 days to make one dial. 3 days.
But here she was working on a dial. She was brushing a diamond brush, like this one. But you see now it's opaque. If you dry up, it's completely opaque. So you have to, when it's perfectly brushed, you go back to the oven and all goes down and turns perfectly polished.
It is white powder, because how you make these dials, it's white powder. Disco dust.
Exactly. Yes. So no. White powder.
That's now gonna go in the oven.
Not all. So now she closed, as temperature don't have to drop too much, and now she has to wait. There is no timer, so it's only her experience. It's more or less 2 minutes.
And what would happen if she waits for 3 minutes?
2 minutes.
No, but what happens if it's too late? Because she can check it's not quite ready, she can put it back. But if
You can burn the back the back layer, you have a lot of different problems. And you know, you don't have to leave it too long because you are very close to the temperature of fusion of the cooper and so on, and then you have going to have a lot of problems. So I think it's ready. You see, she look at the surface. It's a second layer. It's a second layer, so it's not so important that it's really flat, polished, perfect. It's only the second layer. Has to be perfect. The characteristic of the enameling is cooling down very quickly. You put it on a cold surface, and in 2 minutes it's cold. So that's a characteristic. You know that the Baccarat glass, the process of cooling down is 7 hours.
That oven is 832 degrees at the moment.
So it's very
That's a sauna and a half. It's kicking some powder there. Breaking Bad, but then different.
Small hole, and then they put some powder again on it, and they try to save it. But you cannot do that several times. You cannot do it maybe 1 or 2 times, because if you do it a lot of time, the back will burn, and it's a disaster. So now it's already cold. You see, you can take it. Yes.
At the start, they were explaining
Mad.
all other colours.
How beautiful is that? These are proper handmade watch dials, enamel.
Yes, same.
What does it smell like?
No,
Nothing. It smells like a handmade watch dial. Look, it's placed with powder again. Look at that, right? So that's the dial. So that's the dial. He makes all the gold wiring here. This is the image. He makes it then by hand here, right? So he redoes this on here.
If there are different colours,
That's what he puts on. Then it goes there. This will be in a watch very soon.
go down depending
Like how
on the colour.
mad is that? This will take a day and a half. We need to see this 1, 2, 3, 4,
The same temperature, she can
4, 5 people doing that. Like for a full company with like 5 people. So how many dials do you produce with 5 people? That's why watches like that are so bloody expensive. I mean, this is. Do you see any computers? Any printers?
None.
You see a bloody oven? This is pure. This is old school. I love this. I love this shit so much.
This is very interesting to understand how we work by transparency. The change of colors of the waves, it's done only by the thickness of the enamel. You need here, you see the dial, thinner and thicker, and by transparency we change the thickness of the dial, and it gives this effect of the color.
When this will come out of the oven, it will come out green because it's really, really, really warm. And when it cools down, it becomes blue. I just wanted to say something. I'm not going to do that. You went from disco dust to Maxi Marine, lad. Maxi Marine, or just a Marine because it's on a leather strap. Piece unique. We're going to collect the piece unique today.
Yeah. Buzzing. Okay.
That was spectacular, by the way. That was insane, mate.
The passion in that room is like off the scales, you know, I think.
Ah, of course it is. Like this is their lives, you know. They go back home and don't think about this is just their lives.
Yeah.
It's painted, like this is pure artists, you know. It's insane. This is like, why watches are so expensive and this, like exactly because of that reason. You see what I mean? That dial is gonna be in a watch for like 100 years to come. Like. So that's where UN started, in that building. Right, not with all that modern stuff, but there's photos in the archives about that building. I've seen them. This is potentially the nicest watch box I've ever seen in my life. This is insane. Holy fuck. How insane is that? I didn't even look at the art. Now I see it's an erotic art. If you get aroused by this, you need to see a doctor.
Smell it.
No, not smelling nothing.
You see, this is typical.
This is typical. We need to blur that out for the kids, right? That's what we call a vagine, yeah, and that's what we call a butthole. This is the bollocks. This is the bollocks. Can I go in here? Yeah. This is the bollocks. Look at that. That is a watch that was made for the Dutch Navy. How about that?
For a Dutch guy like you, means a lot.
For like, I mean, this is really cool to see.
It's a big deal,
because
yeah.
I've never seen that before. Like I've seen another one here actually. Look, this is a wee bit older actually, but this was made for the Dutch Navy as well. Look at that. That is so bloody cool. Like that, this was proper. This was a proper tool. You see, these were proper tools. That is just a bollock. Look at that.
Yeah, now
You see that crown?
6 o'clock.
Koninklijke Marine. That's the bollocks, mate. And look at this as well, by the way. This is proof. You know what this proof is? This proves that Jacob and Co. stole the design from UN. 10 time zones. This is how you do it with your 5 time zone
And
bollocks.
on the back, a perpetual calendar.
And on the back, a perpetual calendar. That's how you make watches. Fucking lunatics.
Sure.
10 time zones. How crazy is that? How insane is that?
I know.
Jacob and Co, eat your heart out. This is some form of history. These watches, these were clocks. You would be able to gain longitude with a chronometer, and that allows you to navigate through sea. This was used back in the day as a proper tool, as a navigation tool for you to conquer the seas, and that was where UN was famous for. Absolutely love this part of history. This is really, really cool. So this is British. This was made for the British military, Navy. This one, have a look.
Yeah, we did supply about 50 plus navies across a century.
Watch that. It's a split second chronograph that measured the Olympics. What, in 1936? The bollocks, mate. That is the bollocks. Absolutely love this. So this is the earliest record of Ulysse Nardin, and it dates back at 1846. This is the real book, yeah?
It is a real book, yes.
Yeah, this is the actual book.
That is the actual book. And before being known manufacturing the most accurate marine deck chronometer, we were manufacturing very complicated pocket watches, such as repeaters, perpetual calendars, monopushers chronograph.
Ulysse Leonard Nardin. Do you see there? You wouldn't believe it. I'm not f***ing making this shit up, mate.
I had it ready down before you came. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not making this shit up. Did you know that?
I am discovering it now.
It's the father of Ulysse Nardin was named Frédéric Leonard.
You couldn't make it up if you tried. That's insane. And some old pocket watches, but I don't care about that. I think this is funny as fuck. There you go. I'm connected to this company in a weird way. Never knew that. What's the crack with this? Because I fucking love this.
This is called the Freak Next. It was a concept watch. We did only produce 3 pieces.
Yeah.
And the idea was to create the balance wheel of the future, only made in silicon.
So there was a problem with production with this. What was the problem?
The problem is that watch, basically, we wanted to invent the future of the balance wheel, right? Made with several layers of silicon and not having at all any hairspring. The thing is, we wanted to manufacture 12 watches. In the end, we did manufacture 3 of them. For 3 customers, they know that it's not 100% functional, and we are still basically on the R&D department trying to make it work. But it's a challenge because it might become the future of the balance wheel in the watchmaking industry.
Sounds like a fucking mad sales pitch for a nice fucking watch, but I really want that. I really like that. You should bring that out, but I understand that it's not possible.
No.
GPHG Awards, as you can see, they lost it. No, they didn't. It's there. It's being photographed at the moment. That was a bad joke. I don't have a sense of humor. But can we talk about the most complicated watch ever? Guinness Book World Record, most complicated astronomical watch in the world, 1988. This is, by the way, the last set of it, but it's actually here.
Galileo Galilei, Astrolabium. That was, so I'm going to tell you the story about that. When Rolf Schneider acquired Ulysse Nardin to the 5th generation of Nardin in 1983, UN had only 2 employees. So we never stopped manufacturing watches, but obviously with the quartz thing, we went into a low point. And so he went visiting his friends, manufacturers, and he ended up in front of a huge astronomical clock. And he said to his friend, "Who made it?" And he said, "Oh, that's my intern. It's kind of freaky, genius, but here it is." And it was Ludwig. And then he said to Ludwig, what if he could...
Dr. Ludwig Oechsling.
What if he could create that into a wristwatch? And obviously Ludwig said, but you know what's the point of it?
What's the point? Yeah, that's it. It doesn't matter what you ask. If it doesn't have a reason or a point, what's the point? He wouldn't do it.
And so 5 years after that, in 1988, he managed to manufacture the Astrolabium Galileo Galilei. 21 astronomical complications. It was listed in the Guinness Book of Record, being the most complicated astronomical timepiece ever made.
That is insane. That's insane. And this is the last full set of watches that you have in the world left, right?
One of the very few left, yes. And this one is in the museum. So obviously, we try to keep 1 watch of each. And very rare to see that as a complete collection.
It's fucking amazing. Look at that. Unreal. Right, f this shit. I want to see my watch, bro. I want to see my watch. I want to see my fucking watch. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yes.
Reveal time.
Yes. Reveal time.
So here we are.
Nice box, you know.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's alright. Oh, holy fuck. Holy fuck. That's insane. That's insane. Oh, that is the bollocks. That is the bollocks. Look at that.
Wow.
That is insane. But come here. Nico, Leonard van der Horst. How insane is that, bro? That is insane. That is fucking insane.
Very happy for you.
Holy fuck.
Very happy for you.
That is better than anything I expected. Look at that. Look at that. Nico, Leonard van der Horst.
I like the blue and rose gold combination.
Yeah, it's the most beautiful combination. I've seen this watch for Max Marine is for me a very important watch, and I told Mathieu the story with my cousin and I when we were 15, 16 years old. My cousin had a fake Max Marine. Now, I'm not condoning anything like that, but that's where my journey started. You see what I mean? You know what? As a brand, that is pretty. It's pretty big deal that someone wants to buy your brand or wants to. For me, as a kid, that was the first time I was introduced really to Ulysse Nardin, right? And the Max Marine always had a special place in my heart. And I've seen this watch in Switzerland several times. And every time I saw that watch, I took a photo of it. I was like, oh, that's fucking unbelievable. And then about a year ago, I sent you that photo. I was like, I would love one of these. But they weren't in production anymore, and you still had some spare parts somewhere.
We managed to remake one. Yes, yeah.
That's insane.
One last.
So this is the last one ever. Alright, let's fucking rip the plastic off.
It's a piece of watchmaking history on the wrist. Huh? I mean, here it's basically 100+ years of leadership in chronometry.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, very happy for you.
Love it. Let's cut this strap.
We're gonna do it. Shall we do it now?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's go for it. Come with me.
That's a belter. You're the specialist that can help me out with this, I think.
On coupe en général ce genre de bracelet. Hein,
ah ouais, mais juste voir qu'il a bon poignet. Voir
we have to cut
Yes.
generally for
Not
this
your-
kind of bracelet.
Like,
Not your hand. Huh?
and then, no. The good thing is, right, even though I gained a few pounds, right, still have to cut. That's amazing. It's that gym session this morning, you know. He's gonna cut the strap.
You got one more plastic to remove on the element.
Aye.
Five.
45 minutes.
Yes. With a lot of traffic.
Yeah?
Always.
No, but this morning I said to him we had, like a bus and a couple of cars, and I said, traffic, and he said, no, that's not traffic.
That's no traffic.
He used to have much more.
You've no idea what traffic is.
Bonjour, salut.
Ça va?
Bonjour.
How are you?
Hey Patrick,
Good seeing
how
you.
are
You
man?
good?
You well?
Yeah.
Aye, look at that, that's beautiful, mate.
Nice.
That's insane.
It is okay now for you?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much.
Merci Hassan, merci beaucoup.
That is... honestly, man,
So
that's
20
insane.
years later, the real deal.
20
and
20 years
look at the initials.
Yeah. Nico Leonard van der Horst. That's amazing. That's the bollocks.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Like I said, a watch is a photo. It's a memory. It's a photo that only can be seen or understood or read by the person that wears it, enjoys it, and that's what watches is for me. This is a photo, and I'm very, very happy with it.